Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss the nested if else block and else if statement. Okay. Examples discussed in this video are not standard example. Okay, they are just giving you the basic understanding of the topic. Okay. First we are going to see nested if else block. When an if-else statement is present inside the body of another if or else statement, then it is called nested if-else block. We can see the syntax of the nested if-else block on the screen. Here you can see this is the if condition. Condition 1, if condition 1 becomes true, it will control will enter into this block, if block, and it will go for next if block, and condition 2, if condition 2 is true, then state 1 we will execute statement 1, otherwise we will execute statement 2, and if this condition 1 becomes false, we will go else statement block, and statement 3 will be executed. Okay guys, you can see in if statement we have used if and else statement. This is called nested if else statement. Okay, let's see an example that will clarify you. We will continue with the example of previously discussed even and odd number example. I have written the code already. What is the problem? I have modified the problem and code also. Write a program to check whether the given number is even or odd. If it is even, then check number is less than 10 or not, and if it is odd, check number is less than 10 or not. We are doing same thing here. Okay, in both the cases we have first taken an example. If number is equals to, we have assigned 22 in the num variable, and we are checking, we have put the condition, the if condition. If it is true, then we go into this if statement. Here num is 22, and if we divide it by 2, it will give remainder 0, then the control will go into this block. If number is less than 10 number, we will print the message number is less than 10, otherwise we will print number is greater than 10. Okay, if this condition false, this condition becomes false, the control will go into this else block. Okay, we will see both the condition by modifying the value of the variable. Okay, now first of all let's learn the code. As you can see, in the output number is greater than 10. Okay, uh, here you can see num is equals to 22, and when we divide by 2, it will give 0 remainder. Okay, it will divide completely, and control will go in this if statement. If num is less than 10, which becomes false, then control will go in this else statement, and number is greater than 10. Okay, it will be printed, that we see in the output. Okay, now just change this statement little bit. I have changed it. Now we have to run. You can see that number is less than 10. Okay, but we have to change our meshes so that we can ensure that number is even or odd. Okay, number is even, sorry, even, and is less than 10. Number is even and is greater than 10. Number is odd and is less than 10. Number is odd and is greater than 10. Okay, let's run the code. Now you can see the desired output. Number is odd and is less than 10. Here we have taken the 9 in which will be assigned in num variable, and it is odd and it is also less than 10. That's why it is printed that number is less than 10. Okay, in this example we have written just only one if else statement in if, and one if else statement in else. Okay, is block, but we can write multiple blocks, multiple if statement or if else statement in a if or else statement. We can avoid it by using nested if else block, and we can avoid the nested if else block using else if statement. If we use if we use else if statement, we can avoid it. Okay, let's see the syntax of else if statement. If you see, this is the condition. If condition 1 becomes true, statement 1 will be executed, and if else if condition 2 becomes true, statement 2 will be executed, and else if condition 3 becomes true, statement 3 will be executed. Otherwise, if condition 1, condition 2 and condition 3 becomes fails, then statement 4 will be executed. Okay, you can see that we didn't use nested if else block, but we use else if block. First condition 1 becomes true, then we will go in and we will execute statement 1. If condition 1 becomes false, we check for condition 2, and if condition 2 becomes true, statement 2 will be executed. Otherwise, if condition 2 becomes false, we will check for condition 3, and if condition 3 becomes true, statement 3 will be executed. Otherwise, if condition 1, 2 and 3 all will be failed, we execute statement 4. Now let's see an example of else if statement. Now we have taken an example. Write a program in C to check whether the two given numbers num1 and num2 are equals to each other or not. If they are not equal, then check which one is greater. Guys, this is good example for understanding else if block. Okay, mm, so let's write the code as include stdio.h. So num1, we assign some value, say 9. It is a num2, assign value 8, 7. Okay, now we have to first check if they are equal to each other. If they are equals, then it's fine. Otherwise we have to use else if statement. Okay, first if num1 equals to num2, printf, we print a message at num1 equals to num2. Okay, else if we pass the condition, if num1 is greater than num2. Just copy the code. Num1 is greater than num2. What is third condition? If num2 is greater than num1, then num2 is greater than num1, num2 is greater than. I'm going to write an else statement. Else, we don't need to write this block. We can write just else statement, but to show you the correct use of else if statement, I am using to else if statement. Okay, in this else statement we print what we print num2 is num1 is greater than statement. Guys, I'm just showing you the example. This else statement will never be executed, but I'm just showing you example. I will modify the code later. Okay, now num1 is equal to 9 and num2 is equal to 7. Just understand the code. Num1 equals to num2. If this is true, that is not true. This condition is false in this case. Okay, the control will go in this block. Num1 is greater than num2. Then num1 is, this will be printed, and the program will be the control will be back. Okay, back to main. Okay, and if we modify, we change the value little bit, we use this, then this statement will be executed. Okay. This else statement is not never going to execute. Okay, I'm just showing you. First of all, I'm taking an example of 7. What is going to print? Num1 is greater than num2. We clearly see that num1 is greater than num2. Manually, we can see that if we change little bit, then num2 is greater than num1. You can see that num2 is greater than num1. Okay, here this is useless. This statement is useless, but to give you proper understanding, I have used this statement. Okay, just remove it, and you can write it. Just okay. Num2 is greater than num1. Guys, our code was just fine. Okay, now if else if statement. Guys, else if statement is very useful when we need to check multiple conditions within our C program, and we can avoid nested if else block, as we saw in previous example, uh, using this else if statement. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you understand the concept of nested if else block and else if block. Okay, in the next video we will discuss switch case statement with an example. Okay, and thanks for watching.